Greetings, greetings. All right, this is the Embracing Being an Independent Thinker, the 39th, I believe, yeah, the 39th edition of the Independent Thinking series. And yes, it's every other Tuesday each month, whatever, in the spring. And I'll be back for several seconds. I'm going to go on mute and I'll be right back. And we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let me check my little thing. I got things in the background. I'm watching the trial with what you call it, oh boy, with the YSL. It's a mess. They talked to Stevens and yesterday they was like saying, man, this is inappropriate and all this other stuff, and he didn't say inappropriate. He said this is unprofessional and some stuff, some shit. But we're gonna get into it. It's entertainment. They try to say, the entertainment factor of the money. So we're gonna go with how to do style. And they always with the ringers, ain't it? Yeah, we're gonna let me get set up with this independent thinking series. Yeah. We're still doing this series. We ain't gonna say a whole lot. We talk about sports and talk about a little bit of everything. I know, they got these little promotions because of live streams. All that started during the pandemic and they try to censor everybody. The site went downhill. So I'm just gonna let you know that. The hell with them. But what I've been seeing lately is you get to see a lot of stuff like, we'll talk a little bit about politics. Why I told y'all so. I told y'all about DeSantis. He wasn't going to be the nominee. That little bum was a bum, by the way. It was a bum. I told y'all. I ain't saying Trump's going to win it, because they probably don't want him in there because Biden, he'll steal it. Because the guy that makes predictions, a lot of people say Biden ain't gonna win, but it's gonna be controlled by the people up top, determine how he's gonna be president. But in reality, you have to understand that a lot of things is collapsing. The war and all that other stuff. I'm not gonna get into the war and all that aspect. You already know who's who. Now, Nikki Haley is a possibility she may win that. I don't know. She's got independent voters that are gonna vote for a female, but they are not gonna vote for Trump because there's a lot of females that don't like Donald Trump. And it's a big deal. But now in sports, I just heard Karl Anthony Towns scored, dropped 70, right? Him and Embiid. The NBA is just tacky. I watch it every now and then, but I don't keep up with regular season. I just watch the playoffs. But yeah, let's talk about the playoff run, the NFL. But we're gonna get into it. But the playoff thing on basketball, you already know. Now Boston's doing good. This is early. This is still January. But after the trade deadline, we got to see how they're gonna do after the All-Star break in March. Now you get to see who's going to be playoff worthy. Boston's been decent all year. You got Milwaukee. They up there at second. They going. The 76ers is doing very well. You know why Philly's doing good after that James Harden? They done excellent. They say they're going to be knocked out in the second round. I highly doubt that. If Embiid plays like he plays, he's unstoppable. But the thing is, Philly is pressure. The Eagles just fired a couple of people. They got rid of, the Eagles. My Eagles got rid of certain people, and they added that Rivera guy. They used to coach the Carolina Panthers. He used to be the Bears defensive guy and all that. And he's a damn good defense coordinator. He was a good player. But Rivera Coach Rivera, I think his name, Don Rivera or Rivera, is the new defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles had a defensive problem all year. I said this. They was good, but the defense was just terrible. I was watching Gilliam on his live stream, didn't watch the game as well, and it's just terrible. But my Eagles will do good this coming up next year. But I still got the Ravens going to the Super Bowl. I don't have Kansas City. I'm not picking Kansas City because Kansas City is obvious. They're not beating Baltimore. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Baltimore is just a better team. And I don't care about that inexperienced stuff. Now, Lamar Jackson's been to an AFC championship game. Now he's got to do the unthinkable. He has to do it because Baltimore is that team. They're a complete team. Kansas City ain't the same team like they was last year. They have fell off. I will say, me personally, they're trying to push Jared Goff to go to the Super Bowl, but in reality, a lot of people think it's going to be San Francisco. I don't think it's going to be San Francisco. Brock Purdy's inexperienced. He's never been to the big one, and there's going to be pressure. Yeah, they're the number one seed in NFC, um, the NFC conference, but in reality, are they going to beat the Lions? I don't think so. The Lions is good. They may shock you because Jared Goff's been to the Super Bowl. That's what's going to boil down. Who wants it bad enough? Brock Purdy may surprise me if I'm wrong, but in reality, I'll talk about it and see where this lands. But in reality, the NBA is looking fantastic. The Knicks are doing decent, but that means they're not going to get a championship. They have a long way to go. If they get rid of Dolan, they get some pieces. The Knicks will be back in playoff picture for real, and they'll be like top three, and they'll be in the top four spot. Now they kept Donovan Mitchell. Cleveland be stupid to get rid of Donovan Mitchell. I think they're gonna keep him and build pieces around him because I don't think nobody wants Donovan Mitchell right now. Miami's through. Much as I love the Heat, they're through. Only teams I like in these playoff runs is the Magic. They're the weakest team. They're the 8th seed. I like them and the two Florida teams. That's it. Florida is decent, but Florida's done. I know it was concealed carry. I just watched a body cam video about a boy got arrested with a 22, and they found it on him. They just found it. That wasn't a part of that arrest. It was just a stop. Yeah, Florida's going downhill. Nobody's living there no more, and the attendance is probably bad on both teams. You already know. You see why Miami's going down. Florida used to be something in the day. South Beach used to be something. Disney World. So, Florida's not. I haven't visited. I would love to visit just to visit, but I ain't gonna live there. I changed my mind because I look how law enforcement treats us. When I look at these body cams, I look at certain things in these cities. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not living like that. I know it's like everywhere else, but I'm not fucking with that. I already deal with that up here in GA. I said, nah, I gotta have some relaxing. I deal with law enforcement. But they traffic laws is backwards. Nobody likes Florida. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. And then you got DeSantis. Nah, he ran that shit to the ground. Y'all can have that, but Hogs, they ain't looking too good. This is still early. The trades make a difference, and they end up being the playoff spot. But in reality, it is what it is. That's Eastern Conference. Now Western Conference, I still got the Nuggets coming out the West, and I got Minnesota coming to. I got the Timberwolves Western Conference Finals. I got the Nuggets there too. Clippers, no. Clippers is good, but James Harden's inconsistent in the playoffs. He's a regular season cat. He's gonna do good. If they stay focused, I'll tell you a secret about the Clippers. If the Clippers beat any of these teams like the Timberwolves and my Thunder and my Timberwolves and the teams I kind of like and the Kings, I could see the Clippers facing the Nuggets. They had them, but the Nuggets just a better team if they want it back. I think the Nuggets can beat them. They can beat Kawhi because Kawhi ain't the same player what he once was, but he still got it. I like Kawhi. He's got to be the leader of the team, not James Harden. James Harden will mess y'all up. He don't come in big moments. Now, James may surprise me. We'll see. Lakers are out of the playoffs. We already know for now. It's early, but they can go into playoffs. But I think they're not going to make the playoffs this year because you got the Mavericks, the Kings. They're doing very good, and the Pelicans are doing good. Suns are doing good. The Warriors are out of it. They are out of it. Sad to say, Warriors and Lakers are out of it. I think they'll be out of it, and a lot of teams are out of it. And I think it's going to remain that way unless they get on a hot streak and wherever it takes to get to that level again. That's a hot streak. So I'm looking at it like this. You gotta look at the big picture, what's what. And I'm not saying these teams are gonna be there forever, but I got the Nuggets coming out the West. That's just me personally. That's me. I think they can do it, but I don't know if they're gonna. A lot of people say they're not gonna repeat. You don't know that. It's still early. Nuggets can repeat. They got the experience. They got the excuse. Timberwolves, they're inexperienced, but they got to show me, can they beat Denver? They're in the same division, the Northwest Division, and the Clippers are the better team. Yeah, a lot of people speaking. I heard people say they pick the Clippers. I don't pick the Clippers. Clippers can get beat anytime. But they are the fourth best team in the West. I see them go further. They make sense. You know what this reminds me of? 2007 playoffs all over again. That's what it reminds me of. This it has that feel. I don't know what it is, but it has that feel. But who's going to be the rising star coming out of the East? Think about that. You know, this is a weird playoff moment. The regular season is decent and mediocre, but the NBA. But enough on that. I'm not going to show y'all much. Let's get to the NFL because that's what the most important is. But we'll talk about the political stuff later. And it's just like, I'm just looking at the standings and, so Ravens did good last week. Packers lost. I wanted the Packers to win, but in reality, 49ers got them. They get to play the Lions. The Lions is a good team. A lot said they barely beat Tampa Bay. No, they didn't. Tampa Bay, they played a good game. I just said the Lions was going to win that. That should have been the Eagles, me personally, but you know how that goes. The Chiefs barely beat the Bills, but the Bills was going to be Bills. That's a Buffalo thing. You know what I mean? It's a Buffalo thing. It's a Buffalo thing. I'm trying to find the shit playoff picture and all that. So I gotta see what's in the chat room. Who's in the chat? I'm just gonna see because I'm not trying to waste time or be on this on whatever. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Yeah, let me see something real quick because I don't like the studio on YouTube because it's kind of raggedy as hell because they let's see this right quick. I gotta find something. I don't want to click on the links and just look at it. Let me see. People ask. Yeah, playoff bracket. Playoff bracket. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's go. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to share the screen for a minute. Yeah. I'm going to remove myself out of the screen. Okay. And now. Okay. Playoff picture. Playoffs. Green Bay destroyed Dallas, but they couldn't beat the San Francisco 49ers. It was already in the divisional playoff, and now they're in the championship. Now, the Lions worked their way through the playoffs. They beat the Rams, like I predicted. They beat the Rams and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, that was a good game, but they wasn't going to beat Detroit because Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl. Now, the Lions and the San Francisco 49ers should be an excellent game. This is probably the most talked about right now. Me personally, I'm going with Detroit. I'm not a Detroit Lions supporter. I'm not a fanatic over them. I'm more fanatic over the Eagles. I'm an Eagles guy. Everything above else, but this right here, Philly got beat by Tampa Bay, of course. Then bam, there it is. But the Texans beat the Browns. Browns is in the playoffs now. The Browns had a chance to beat them, but the Browns couldn't beat the Texans. The Texans got a future. I see the Texans got a future, but the Texans got washed by who? Baltimore. The Texans were no good, and then you got the Miami Dolphins lost to the Kansas City, and Kansas City washed them. They worked their way up to the AFC Championship. Now Buffalo worked their way up as well. They beat the Steelers. Steelers should have beat Buffalo. Me personally, I would say the Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. That have been an old, classic AFC. They're not rivals, but conference rivals. How you want to, But you got AFC North versus AFC West. Now, AFC West, me personally, the teams I like in AFC West are the two teams that are rivals to each other, Broncos and Raiders. But I am a big Eagles guy of all NFL in the AFC conference. I like them the most. My second favorite, it's Denver, and I do like the AFC. Just enjoy it and watch the games. But my team that I like the most is Philadelphia. But that's a whole nother story on that. But the Ravens and the Chiefs, this should be epic. Me personally, I'm going with Baltimore. I like Patrick Mahomes and their tight end. That's it. I don't care for their defense. I don't like Kansas City at all. I don't care for the organization. They trying to repeat as previous champions. They try to go back to back, and I think that's been done before. I think under the Patriots, I think that's been done before, and then the Patriots three-peated. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is trying to be in that conversation. That's part of the game and whatever. I still got the Ravens though. It's going to be the Ravens, and a lot of people think it's going to be the 49ers. Good possibility. They want to see the rematch, but in reality, I got the Lions. If it's the Ravens and the Lions, I'm like, whoa. Two dark cities going at it, Baltimore and Detroit. You know how that goes. Two black cities. But anyways, it is what it is. But that's all I want to talk about. I'm just going to show it on the screen just for several minutes, and I'm just going to talk basically about sports on here. But because we'll get to the politics later on the tail end of the stream, and expect what do we expect from now. Reality is, who cares about the NBA season right now, because football's on, and then once people start watching football, the NBA is back on, and everybody's focused on the playoffs. The All-Star game is what it is. But in reality, you still got the same. Um, I got the same microphone doing damage as usual, but you got people breaking down certain things that quite entail what's going on. You know what I mean? I understand there's a lot of people just get caught up on the madness. You know how that goes. But it just goes to show you that we see big things in the future of these teams, and that's just what it is. And I understand what's going on. I really do. But you gotta understand, a lot of people is gonna pick the teams as obvious. But in reality, I just say, hey, look, if they win, that's cool. But I ain't said Kansas City stop winning, but I'm tired of them too. But in reality, Pat Mahomes is a great player. He's got a lot to learn, but that team is not really material like that. So yeah, it's just you see how that goes. But yeah, a lot of people just get caught up on the silly stuff, and they just realize that they team ain't in the Super Bowl, whatever, and there's gonna be a lot of drinking during the parties. I forget where it's at, but it's Super Bowl. You know what? And if it's Super Bowl 58 or whatever, it's just most likely you see these things coming through. But But so-called Black History Month, you know, once you talk about a lot of stuff, I ain't gonna represent too much, but you know, my channel talks about the extended history and all that. But that's the thing about it. Sinus is acting up. Yeah, Super Bowl 58. Super Bowl 58. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. Where's this at? Yeah, it's I forget where it's at in Super Bowl 58. I'm just gonna look. I want to look this up. Super Bowl 58. Because I think this is very telling where they're gonna be at. Super Bowl 58. Located in Allegan Stadium. Halftime performer will be Usher. Oh, it's in Las Vegas. The Super Bowl is gonna be in Las Vegas. Okay. It's in Allegan Stadium, Paradise, Nevada. It's going to be in Vegas. So the Super Bowl is going to be in Vegas. Okay. So if Baltimore or any of the teams of the AFC, like the Chief, well, the NFC, excuse me, the NFC, like the Detroit Lions and San Francisco, they're going to Vegas. Now, if it's the other way around, if it's Kansas City or San Francisco 49ers, if there's no rematch or the rematch of those two, um, they will be in Vegas. If it's not Kansas City, it's just Baltimore. It could be Baltimore the Lions, Baltimore 49ers, or Kansas City Lions, or Kansas City 49ers. It might be Detroit and Kansas City. That's a good possibility. It's a good possibility because that could throw people off. But I'm saying, but it's in Vegas. Not in Vegas. No, Paradise, Nevada. Excuse me. It's not Paradise, Nevada. Is that Las Vegas? That's another city. I think that's Paradise, Nevada. Okay. Paradise, Nevada town. But it's in Vegas. But it's in Vegas. They call it Paradise, but they call it Vegas. So it's in Las Vegas. Oh my God. Sin City. Yes, Sin City. All right. They're in Sin City. Sin City of all places. It's just it goes to show you that Sin City is just really it's despicable, man. It's despicable. You know, like when you look at the Super Bowl, why is it gonna be in Sin City? It's gonna be a lot of madness there. It's a lot of drinking going on, and it's gonna be some fireworks. So yeah, the Super Bowl is next month. It's not gonna be this month, but next month it's gonna be in Vegas. So they play in Vegas. Tickets probably sold out, and you know Vegas is a sports town. Not everybody likes Vegas. I already know. It's really sad, but you know people get caught up on that. Nobody likes Vegas. I'm just like I said, you mind your business. All right. It's so much easier to say it than done, but people don't mind their business because y'all don't. Not you niggas, you know, but because you niggas is clowns, ain't got no life on you. Y'all live on the internet. That pandemic ruined y'all, man. Always gonna blame the internet for everything. Y'all the losers, not me. At least I got structure. I don't care about the entertainment shit. That's just played out. But down here, we don't care about famous people like that. They get bucked too, you know. We don't give a shit about that. We treat you just like everybody else. The South is the South. Like we don't care about people like that. We belittle people here. But where I'm from, y'all get decked for real. Like y'all ain't about that life. But people want to make us famous. Like fuck out of here. You can't diss a whole South. You can get your head knocked off, and you're not welcome there. And where y'all from, y'all pussies, man. That's why the country's dying. It's divided. You know, if we look at this country divided, it needs to be destroyed. To be honest with you, I'm just saying, and half of us can live where we want. This country's gonna go in the future. I just don't see it making it 100-year period. It's done. It's over. It had its day. People are divided. People don't fuck with each other like they used to. I gotta say this because I look at the Super Bowl as a distraction than worse than the war. Because I'm not talking about that war. Fuck that war, because that's prophecy. It's an ongoing short term success. But in reality, the sports is the big distraction people get away from, and they don't think about nothing. They just drink, get inebriated, and things like that. But in reality, we just don't see this coming through. And I mean, hey, what's going on, man? Salute. But the Super Bowl, and then you got Sin City. A lot of things happen in Sin City, but you also got distractions of the war and it's election year. So yeah, a lot of people say they have Trump winning the polls. Trump's winning the polls because the stupid ass populated by you derelict idiots out there. He don't give a fuck about none of you. Them rednecks are voting for Trump regardless because they stupid. They haven't learned from Jan 6. He's not going to win again. The only way he's going to win again, he might not serve another term again. That will be his final term. Will he win? No, I don't see him winning because they're already pushing RFK. Now, RFK is going to be a problem. If he starts changing shit, they'll try to assassinate RFK. I ain't saying they're going to assassinate him, but I'm just saying, I'm just put that in context. But it's a possibility because of the reputation of what this country represents. So I think people got cameras now. That don't mean nothing. They still do on camera. That haven't stopped them. When y'all gonna learn? Society's dying, bro. And I knew this day was coming because I knew people are gonna get caught up in the Super Bowl thing. And I noticed that I don't know who's gonna win the NBA championship this year. Me personally, I still got Denver coming out the West, and they may repeat and they may not. But it's a possibility Milwaukee may win it. I'm just throwing that out there. Boston don't have it takes, but if Boston wins the championship this year, that lets me know Boston's on the right track. And there's some validity where I'm saying that these teams have that stuff going. Facts. That's true. That's true. I agree, Khalil. Yeah, that's true. The problem is with that, what you're saying is a lot of people been doing that. You're right. And then I think I just came from Gully TV. He said something about AOL and Ask G's. Yeah, I remember them shits. I remember Ask G's. I remember AOL. They were standard before Google. When Google took over, Google's been around since the late 90s. But once it took over in 2003, yes, the government, I'm going to say the CIA was involved buying them. A lot of people try to say they didn't buy them. Yes, they did. And your guy, Alex Jones, confirmed that on his not his website, but his channel. I'm going to say it once again. The CIA was involved in that. I'm not going to explain why they were involved in that because they purchased Google, and these tech companies are owned by the government. So I'm not going into the deep dive. It's irrelevant. Y'all should know that by now. They all been spy op. And I'm going to say what the hell I'm going to say. The hell with them. This site is going to in the future. If they ever sell it to somebody, if they sell it to somebody right, it'd be cool. But he has to be careful because the reputation of these websites. So I wish he changed the guidelines. The person that ever buys this, which they're not this year, but in the future, I think they should buy just YouTube, to be honest, and separate itself from Google. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Just separate yourself from Google, and you'll see the difference. But if Google ever gets bought out by another billionaire, they might control certain things on YouTube. You may never know, because things are possible in the way things go. Because when Elon Musk bought, what do you say, he bought Twitter. Also, I think by YouTube and whatever. But Elon Musk, he did that. He changed some few things and rules, and he allowed people to post and do whatever. But it's sad that the internet don't went the way it went. But then again, the internet is in a cheap stage like TV, but it's not really TV because internet TV is like these apps now. It's just terrible. But yeah, Ask G's was a thing. When Gully was saying that, I said, damn, you taking me back when I was younger. I'm older now. I'm in my 30s now. I'm just not, they try to say flood watch on here. It's not what it is, you know. crazy. And plus the AVN awards is out there as well during before the Super Bowl time. Everybody's getting ready for the Super Bowl. But it's a lot of sick shit going on. But I'm just saying, but I don't mean to say AVN. I'm not gonna go into detail. It's adult entertainment, you know, awards. That's I'm not gonna get into that conversation and delve in that. But yeah, Elon Musk adds a lot of things to his content. Now, Facebook doesn't, Instagram doesn't. That's why they fell off. Twitter's the only place you can go to. Everybody else is just, they soft core it and nobody's not feeling them. Yeah, that's supported people bought Google. Right, 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 right. Yeah, the government got involved and bought that so they can control people. They've been doing that for years, since 2003. See, 2003 is a special year. I just want y'all to know that, right? 2003 is a special year. See, according to 2003 to comparison in 2023, that is 25 years ago. Okay, let me tell you a secret. Last year was 2023, right? That was 25 years ago. Now it's 26 years ago because it was bought by them in 2003. Now 2003 to 2013, how many years is that? You can say that what? That's 10 years. 2003 to 2013, that's a 10-year span. And when YouTube gotten where it needed to be in the years, yeah, Google was still by the same governmental shit. Back in from that time, from 2007, they didn't know how to control the internet until 2008, and they started figuring it out, and bam, searches, history, all that. Great job, you idiots. But then 2013 came around. That's 15 years, right? Or 10 years. 2003 to 2013, that's 10 years. 2000, I think, is it 2003 to 2023? That's 15, excuse me, 15 years ago. It's 15 according to that time. 23, that's be like 15 to something years ago. It'll be 20 years in hmm, I don't know. I got them mixed up. 15, 10 years or 20. I think it's 20. Hold on. It's a 10-year span, right? Okay, it was 10 years, 13, 20 to 2013. Excuse me. My apologies for the math. Okay, so 2003 or 2003, what most people call it, the new people call it now. We call it 2003 through 2013. That's a 10-year span. Another 10-year span of that is 2023. That's 20 years. So 20 years ago, now it's going to be 21 years ago. Excuse me, 21 years ago. Excuse me. Let me rephrase what I was to say on my last statement. I said 21 years ago, they had that dominance. That's a long fucking time. 2003 is a long time. And that's a long time. That's a long time. The control of the internet is just desperate, man. Like, you serious? That's a long fucking time. I'm not saying to be right. I'm just saying. Let's go by the calculator. Let's 2000 subtract 20. I won't be right. 10 years, okay? 20 years. Now it's 21 years. Okay. Okay. I had to get it on the calculator. Thank you very much. Wonk you very much. But it just goes to show you. He said once they figure out it in '08, it's set. Yeah, it was set. It was over. Like I knew this back when I had my first channel, and I knew this was coming. This is the worst time. And yeah, the Super Bowl is a big distraction. I just want to put it up here just to make my reference and my point. My point is the Super Bowl every year is like that. But when you look at the internet at the time, it was no restrictions until '08. That's when YouTube started dwindling. It didn't officially died until 2012. The stuff that you could say and what you want, it's not the future, bro. It never was. And monetization destroyed everything. Like you got now. It's just people walking away. They go on different platforms. They still got to deal with the same nonsense. It's only a handful of things you can say for free and then go crazy. You can't do that anywhere in this country around the world because they want to dictate everything. That's the power drive. That's why media is so fucked up. That's why a lot of people don't have independent media. Rumble's not independent media. You have to have your own website and things like that and pay your monthly fee. And then just that's that. Ramil did that. Everybody did that. So it goes to show you why people just don't want to mess with each other long term. And I look at this as a problem. Now, I know Sexy Red is going crazy with Kudempi, and she's doing what she's doing. Oh, I was about to talk Melody Monaco. I'm gonna talk about her in the next couple of more minutes and later of the stream. Couple more minutes, and we're gonna talk about how reality is. But yeah, the Super Bowl is a big distraction. It's one of the biggest events of every year, and I think a lot of people get caught up with the four teams is in it. You got two black cities, Baltimore and Detroit, rough as hell, right? One has the murder capital. Number two, that's Baltimore, and then Detroit used to be, and then they gentrify it. And then San Francisco, yeah, you had your little gangs and stuff, but it's a decent city. Got same sexuals there. I ain't gonna call them the H word. That don't mean that. That just means human sexual. I just call them same sexuals. I changed that. That's my political correction PC word play. I do word play over here. Kansas City ain't shit. Ain't nothing in Kansas City. I've been to Kansas City. It's nice in the Missouri part on the line of Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. They're both nice. They share the same line. But in reality, I do not like Topeka, Kansas. Boring as fuck. But Kansas is gonna be Kansas. But you gotta look at the big picture. What's what? So basically, what I'm saying is, if you get caught up into this stuff, don't trip. Because these cities, they just looking for a championship. Kansas City are the defending champs. If they get knocked off by the Ravens, that's historic. And Ravens did something with Lamar. Now you got to play for the big title, the Super Bowl 58 in Paradise, Vegas. But you know how that goes. But I know that a lot of people understand that these teams is just very valuable. The only reason this is looking good to me is going to be good games. I got Baltimore and also got um, Detroit beating them, but San Francisco's a good team, but I don't trust Brock Purdy. He's inexperienced. The bright lights, we'll see. I just don't see them just going crazy like that. But this team is epic, man, and that's how you gotta look at it. So leave this up for a couple of seconds. But yeah, Lions show the work. Somebody said this Super Bowl, this playoffs suck. I was like, quit be tripping. Cowboys fan calling into Gilly's show. Dude, get out of here. JoJo's is miserable right now, but Philly improved their defense after the playoff loss. Some NBA players, NFL players, and teams don't get that type of treatment. How that goes. I think the apocalypse and the monetization killed it. I will say monetization killed it. They try to call it ad apocalypse. That's part of it. Khalil is true. I would say that's like the least thing to kill. I'll tell you what killed it. Monetization. When I saw that and that way they was flagging people, I didn't want no parts of that. And then I got flagged based off a sting op. I'm just letting y'all know the Sting Op destroyed the fabric of what the True Brothers was really speaking. Everybody else was fraudulent with Esau and everybody else, and that didn't work. That just goes to show you where we at in the stands. But but enough of that. So the Super Bowl is gonna be in Sin City. I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna stop sharing. Yeah, it's a mess right now. I'm just gonna leave it be, keep the stats going and all this other stuff. I got stuff playing in the background and all that. Kim's going crazy and all this other shit. I'm watching her. I don't know if I want to move the time. I may move the time, but I'm gonna try to. But I like it at 2. I prefer it. I don't have to watch Kim all the time. She ain't saying nothing half the time. Kim Iverson, I watch her like a lot, but she got some good info. I don't think she's right all the time. I decipher too. I'm one of those people to do my own research and pick where I speak. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but the stuff like we're talking about is like it's very valid. We're gonna talk about Melly Monaco just several seconds, and we're gonna talk about her the rest of the way to the end of the live stream. So I just want to think outside the box for a minute. But her studio is dope. But the thing is, girl, you need a microphone and stuff like that. She tried to use Zoom and that shit didn't work. She fell off after that Gilbert Arenas attempt. Gilbert messed it up. You see, I stuck it on sports and knowing he acts like a bum and all that stuff. Ain't nobody studying Gilbert. He's a 3-time All-Star. I've watched him play and he ain't the same player he was. But that podcast, I don't even mess with him like that. He be saying some outrageous stuff. Now, shouts out to Ticket interviewing the Kwame Brown. Ticket knows what he's talking about. And Kwame Brown said, yeah, Michael Jordan never hated me. He brought him back to practice in the Bobcats. And that's how you got to look at it. But most people just get caught up on the wrong things and things like that nature. But I see the total differences in people. So, but, you know, a lot of times everybody just going to have their own viewpoints and see what's what. So if you see people be on here looking for dating and, I ain't going to use the word mating, yeah, y'all doing that too, but it's crazy. But she fell off. She first started out as a pre-recorder and then she just fell off through the Gilbert Arenas train and then she got caught up. And that's just how you got to look at it in so many words. I'll turn this down. I'm just gonna look at it. I had to turn the Instagram down, so yeah, you got these starlets over here, man. I'm gonna try to chill off of these apps and whatever. I don't let the notifications strap me with things like that. But Melly Monaco, man, she fell off hard, man. I just haven't seen her, but she's getting them millions because it was pre-records. But that live streaming stuff, the Pineapple Show, a lot of people miss it. It's not gonna be a good show when she said pick guys one at a time. Well, Melly has to understand nobody's not with that no more. That's pandemic shit. She's gonna switch up, and she did what she did. And I think Gilbert helped her. And after she had Gilbert, she done went down. And man took her through there. He took her through there. The Manila Blue. You know what I mean? He took her through there. So yeah, I try not to get drowsy. You know how they go. I just understand what's going on, man, and that's just how it is. But Yeah. And but when you look at the things that's going on, like I expect people to just go crazy and whatever, but Twitter's a mess, and you got somebody that got catfished and lost $10,000. I ain't gonna mention the person's name or they Twitter. You don't have to follow them, but I found one of the former models, and I think she does amateur and then she does entertainment, but she know who she is. Salute to her, shout out to her. I ain't gonna mention her name on this channel. Y'all can go figure it out and say who I'm talking about. But they try to use her picture, and somebody was scamming on here. And you have a lot of scammers around this era of winter because the money's so tight. Excuse me, pass gas in my chest. I didn't mean to pass gas on the mic. Apologize for that. He said, "Sir, what the hell are you sick?" No, no, I'm just enjoying the existence of this sorry planet in this kingdom, this wretched kingdom we're in, trying to survive out here. That's what we're here to do, ain't it? Trying to survive out in this bitch. But that just goes to show you that a lot of people just get caught up on the other things. But and they talk about relationships 95% of the time. These dudes is losers, man. And then the ones that say this guy doesn't get any, y'all don't get any because y'all losers. Always talking about someone else. Y'all the main losers, not me. I don't talk about them whole problems. They don't exist to me. And then that's how you gotta look at it in so many ways. But man, I gotta see what's going on in the fridge. Sure. Gotta get this caffeine in my system. I gotta stay up. There's a lot of things I want to say, but I ain't trying to go to sleep or anything, get drowsy if you don't have it. Cause I get bored real easily talking about the certain things over and over again. But yeah, but the sports world is what it is. But Melly Monaco, man, you fell off, girl, doing that pineapple show. I think it was decent at first, and then the Simps done destroyed y'all shit. It's a possibility YouTube ain't gonna last for the next 5, 10 years from now. I'm talking about futuristically, it ain't gonna last. It's got too many problems. But you know what the game is. You know what the game is was about to be played. But Melly made a bed and lie with it. She messed with Gilbert. No chill, Gilbert wins his butt. It is what it is, man. But Gully TV was bringing it back to the days. He said Philadelphia is a no nonsense city, and I believe it because if you mind your business, nothing happened to you. There's some truth to that. Yeah, I did all the time when I was in Atlanta until they pressured up on me. And then I had to defend myself. I'm not no sucker, and the police ain't not my friend. So the hell with them. But that's how we get down and all this other stuff. I need the caffeine now. Sure. I want to nail this real quick. All right. Y'all give me about a minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna step away real quick. I'm gonna go on mute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure this out. I feel much better. Feel much better. I need that in my system. Woo! Good old caffeine. I need it. I don't, damn. I just found a Pepsi. I said, yeah, I need it. I need some energy. I can't stand coffee. I mean, it's natural. I drink caffeine teas and stuff like that, but I try to get away from those. Thank you, you can. Excuse me. That is what I need. That's what I need. Get my energy boosted. Now we're focusing. But I also got some caffeine vitamin water. With citrus, I love that. That's my second favorite. I like the dragon fruit, but I like the citrus. Yeah, I love that shit. Put it in the fridge, keep it cold, or put it on some ice. Yeah, get my electrolytes in because I work out and do all the other stuff. But anyways, enough on that. But yeah, Melly Monaco, she done fell off big time. Gilbert set her back. But that's what you get for messing with Gilbert Arenas, girl. You trying to compete with him and all the simps were there, and then you just over here chilling with the next person. And she had a female on the couch. That's a good start. Should we say whores and harlots, right? They try to say, I ain't none of those. Say, yeah, you are. Right? I have OnlyFans. Adult entertainment. Y'all some amateurs, bro. That ain't real. They're amateurs. That's what amateurs do. They lie about who they are and then they just get caught up. But yeah, that just goes to show you that people get caught up what they do and what they think. So breaking Bucks fire Griffin, Adrian Griffin. Oh wow. Scary big swing in Miami. How does the newly acquired Terry Rozier fit in the Heat culture? Y'all just don't know. I'm gonna have to put this on another platform. I just got now. Adrian Griffin just got fired from Yahoo Sports. I mean, not. I got this from Yahoo Sports. Okay, report says Bucks fired head coach Adrian Griffin. Doc Rivers being considered for a job. Oh, they gonna get Doc Rivers. They gonna get Doc Rivers. They gonna get Doc Rivers. Oh my God. They're looking for Doc Rivers instead of Adrian Griffin. Damn. Dismissal wasn't immediately clear. Well, he's trash. The Bucks is good, but he's trash. He's trash. He acts like a boo boo. He's not a good coach. The players are carrying that team. He got no new plays for them. What? Not your damn mind. Yeah, that trial going on with YSL is a mess. So don't pay it no mind. You know how it is. I appreciate the views of the last Sunday dailies, man. I appreciate y'all. I know live streams is painful, but it's not like what it used to be. It's going to be consistent where it is what now. But in reality, you just got to keep that steady hand. And I'm just looking at what they got. YouTube circuit's a mess. Breaking news: Milwaukee Bucks fired head coach. Yeah, Ticket TV also said it on his live stream, but I said it on here too. We both said it around the same time. It's breaking news. The underrated men talk being down. It's okay. What's going on, UD? It's got a good, vibe to it. Shouts out to you. But yeah. Cat Williams got arrested for a club altercation with Fajon Love. It's crazy. Fire a gun outside the bar. Law of crime has that as well. Where's that at? I seen it. I seen that on another channel. Like, girl, you have to watch this later. I mean, it's crazy. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check this old boy out, and then it's crazy. These body cam videos got me crazy. She had a decent start. Okay. Yeah, she had a decent start. I said she was gonna get a million. She may get a million with this new studio, and that's it. She gonna be right there. Yoki started out. I remember following Yoki Stir from 2021. Someone put me on to her. I followed her from that part of 2021. She had 300,000. Then she did the gun thing. She rose up in the ranks last year, but not last. She rose up ranks, I'll say 2 years ago. Like it was known as last year, but it was 2 years ago now, 2022. Then 2023, she finally got a million. And after that, she went crazy and still doing content. And then she did a video about a crazy burger. But shouts out to Yo Kid and the Yo Gang. Shouts out to them too. I'm shouting them out on here. Did you see that interview with the Shannon Sharp interview? No, I haven't. Because I don't think she was on there, but you know. Yeah, I saw the interview with Cat Williams. I did see that. I did see him with the Cat Williams. Yeah, Cat Williams. Yeah, that's breaking the internet right now. I've seen bits and pieces of it. And what he's saying is stuff he's been saying for years. He said it when Dave started exposing the I don't like to use the word Hollywood because they're all Freemasons. They're all Masons, and a lot of people try to say they're not. Yes, they are. They all are. They are part of the elite status quo and what y'all call them. I don't use the word status quo. They're Masons, man. They run the planet. Their job is to control shit. So it's obvious. The truth is out. No one cares anymore. That's why this site is collapsing. It's going to be washed in the future, and people is going to barely upload no more. It's just what it is. There's other platforms better than this. I'm just saying I'll do it and compete on whatever. But yeah, I've seen that interview. But the stuff he was saying was very relevant. What was going on when Dave turned down that money, and it was because of that. He got tired of that. He was saying some crazy shit. He didn't back down. He did what he had to. And Cat did the same thing. Nobody believed in him. And then Corey Holcomb did the same thing. That's why you don't see him outperform. He know what's up. He got a team called the 5150 Show, and he made that shit work. See, Dave birthed the guys that follow Dave. A lot of people try to say Patrice was saying something. Patrice wasn't doing shit. Patrice was being a typical stereotype comedian. He ended up being a diabetic, and look what happened. Did I like Patrice O'Neal? He's straight, but I don't think he was the funniest dude I've seen. Yeah, he's funny in certain to a certain extent. I think he's the top 10 comedian. He's one of my top 10 favorites. Yeah, he's slightly funny, but was he the funniest I've heard? Hell no. I still got Dave and Paul Mooney. He was the writer. A lot of people try to say Dave never wrote his stuff. Yes, he did. Paul enhanced his shit. It was him and Paul Mooney. They're very similar. And the sad part, Cat Williams is very funny. He's just a little guy from Ohio, from Cincinnati, and the other one, like Dave, he's from Youngstown, Ohio. Two Ohio guys, and they're funny. That's what that is. Then the goofy funny guys, the top 15, the Cedrics and all that. But I like Bernie Mac. He's up there. He's past top 10 for me. He's in my top 5. Red Fox was funny too. He's top 10 of all time. Or 5 in the Quarterstone era. The funniest I got is still Dave Chappelle. Richard Pryor was funny. He's up there. He's top 10 and 5. But that just goes to show you where we at. You know, it's 2:57, almost an hour. So I'll talk to y'all a couple more minutes. I'll talk to y'all a couple more minutes because this ain't gonna be short. But yeah, he's top five. I have him in my top five all the time. Exactly, they don't want to play the game, but in reality, it's just part of the business. And I remember Bernie Mac. I kind of miss him, his jokes. That man's cadence was so crazy as hell, but you know how people get. But man, I'm glad I stayed in the mic route. A lot of people say, "Oh, sir didn't go with the mic route." Yes, he did. I still report what I've done and things like that nature, and you just go in and go ahead and just expound on it. But you know how it is. You know how it is. But anyways, I'll talk to y'all like just a couple more minutes, and we'll break down a lot of stuff that's going on. But Melly, man, you fell off, man. Ain't nobody listening to you. She tried to use that Zoom shit. Zoom is trash. I know a lot of people like Zoom, but Zoom is trash. I don't fuck with Zoom. I use Restream, but that's it. But StreamYards is overrated. That's for niggas. I mean, I'm not paying a lot of money for StreamYards. I can tell you that right now. If I had extra cash, I would use it for panels and shit, but panels that make sense. I use this for less panels so I can speak my mind and not drop the links at all. Restream is nice, but people just seem to not work with it. But I don't do StreamYards and I ain't got time for that. Like, that's a hassle for me. That's work. I don't care for StreamYards. That's the last thing I need. And niggas just want to get emotional about shit. And they try to say that's a kid. Roger Report said a kid was coming into the it was a lady. It says a kid, just be careful talking kid, and they blocked her or whatever. It was in the 2 point host space, the reset. I call Mr. Reset, Roger Report. But she came on my panel one time. I'll never forget. This was like 4 years ago. Last year was like 3 years ago. I was talking about, but 4 years ago, 4 years ago, somewhere around 4 years ago, she kept harassing. I know what she looked like. That's a grown woman. They try to say as a kid. That's an older woman. She was in her 40s trying to harass me. And then she tried to act crazy and then sound, like a kid, whatever. And, she was sick. And I had to block her ass, man. Like, I still got a block on StreamYards. And that's all on you StreamYards because you got a lot of weirdos. They come on your shit and they ruin your platform. That's what they do. That's why StreamYards is easy start software of all time. But if you have some throwaway money, you can use it for other means of business. Now they got Prism Live. I don't use that much and drop links, but yeah, StreamYards became the standard when panels became a thing. I have the free stuff on StreamYards. I have the pictures and stuff. But anyways, man, that's all I got. But that's all we talked about. Yeah, we talked about Melly. Then we talked about the little bit of the Super Bowl week. Y'all pick your picks. Me personally, they're both going to be great games. It's very interesting. I'm going to say this. If Lamar Jackson does well against the Chiefs, me personally, they got the best team in the league right now. But San Francisco, me personally, they're not the best team. Brock Purdy's good, but can he handle the bright lights? No. But if he beats any of these teams, yeah, he's a champion. I just don't see San Francisco winning. I just don't see it because the inexperience is there. And Mike Shannon, I mean, his dad is good. Was saying Kyle Shanahan, Mike, or whatever. He tried to say, I'm gonna be like my daddy. Like my dad was saying, no, you ain't good. Look what he did in the Atlanta Super Bowl. He choked. I still got Detroit beating them, and I still got Baltimore going to the Super Bowl against the Detroit Lions. That's just my pick. That's my personal opinion. Y'all could disagree, whatever. I say it's gonna be them two. It's a possibility because the way football is now and the NBA is that I think just don't care. And then the war overseas is just affecting everything, the money and all that stuff. But that's all light on that. So with that, shalom to the people of Israel, shalom to you and the Gentiles as well. Shalom. Until next time, I'll see y'all on the Independent Thinking Series, the 40th edition of it, the 40th. And we're going to continue it during these springs, and I'll end it somewhere around. I'm probably going to end it in April. I'm going to give you the time too. I said that it was going to be March, but I'm going to end it in April because I'll do the Independent Thinking Series in April. I'll do that and end it and explain why. Then I'll do some Wednesday content, talk about current events, stuff like I did with Thursday Thrills, and just have a different hour of the time. But that's it. So with that, sign off, and I'm out.